There's a kind of pain that doesn't show up in x-rays. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't bruise. But it lingers. Sometimes, for years. Sometimes, for a lifetime. Childhood trauma is that silent wound, the kind that hides behind a smile, a joke, or even in the way we pull away when someone tries to get too close. If you've ever wondered why you struggle with trust, feel a deep emptiness inside, or react strongly to things others seem to handle easily, it's not because you're broken. It's because something hurt you deeply before you even had the words to explain it. And today, we're not going to push it down again. We're going to talk about healing. Not overnight. Not perfectly. But honestly. Part 1. Understanding what childhood trauma really is. Childhood trauma doesn't always come from obvious things like abuse or violence. Sometimes, it's subtle. It can come from emotional neglect, like growing up in a home where love was conditional, where no one asked how you felt, where you had to be strong all the time. You might struggle with self-worth, even though you act confident. It can come from constant criticism, bullying, or being told to stay quiet when you were hurting. It's survival. But surviving is not the same as healing. Trauma is not just what happened, it's also what didn't happen, the hugs you didn't get, the safety you didn't feel, the protection you didn't have. What it cares about is whether you made space to feel what you couldn't feel back then. And when you grow up with trauma, your brain learns to survive, not to thrive. You might become hyper-independent, anxious, or people-pleasing. This isn't weakness. Part 2, the first step, acknowledge. Don't deny that the first step to healing is to acknowledge your pain. But healing requires letting those buried emotions surface, in a safe space. You can't heal what you pretend doesn't hurt. Writing down what you felt, what you wanted, what you were afraid of. Many adults carry shame for their trauma, thinking, other people had it worse, or, it's in the past, I should be over it. But trauma doesn't work on a timeline. It doesn't care how old you are. So start by giving yourself permission to be honest. Yes, what happened mattered. Yes, it affected you. And no, you're not being dramatic by acknowledging it. Part 3, let yourself feel, safely and slowly. Feelings from childhood trauma are often buried. They show up in anxiety, depression, sudden anger, or emotional numbness. Journaling can help. So can talking to someone you trust, a therapist, or even a compassionate friend. Don't rush this. Emotions that were never allowed need time. Set boundaries. Rest when you're tired. Feed yourself with love, not punishment. When you cry now, it's not weakness. It's your inner child finally being seen. Part 4, reparenting yourself, becoming the support you never had. One of the most powerful steps in healing childhood trauma is reparenting. This means giving yourself now what you never received then. If no one told you, I'm proud of you, start saying that to yourself. If no one listened to your feelings, start listening to them now. This might feel strange at first, but it's not silly, it's transformational. You can pause, breathe, and choose a different response. Speak gently to yourself. Reparenting turns the pain into wisdom, and slowly rewires the way you see yourself. Part 5, understanding triggers, and learning to respond, not react. When you're healing from trauma, certain things might trigger deep reactions, a tone of voice, a rejection, a stressful situation. These are emotional echoes, your body reacting as if it's back in the past. Don't judge yourself for them. Instead, become curious. Ask, what does this remind me of? What do I need right now? Over time, awareness gives you choice, and that choice is the beginning of emotional freedom. You don't have to be controlled by your past anymore. Part 6, seek support. You don't have to do this alone. Healing childhood trauma is not something you have to do on your own. In fact, we heal better when we feel seen, safe, and supported. To feel, to rise. Therapy, especially trauma-informed therapy, can help you unpack deep patterns, understand your triggers, and rebuild your emotional foundation. Group support can help you feel less alone. Even self-help books and online communities can give you tools and language for things you didn't know how to express. Asking for help isn't weak. It's courageous. Because it says, I'm ready to heal. Part 7, be patient. Healing isn't linear. There will be days when you feel like you made huge progress, and then days when the pain returns unexpectedly. This doesn't mean you're failing. Healing is not a straight line. It's a spiral. You revisit the same places, but each time with more awareness, more tools, and more compassion. Give yourself grace. Celebrate small wins. You're doing something incredibly brave, breaking cycles, healing wounds, and creating a healthier future not just for yourself, but for the generations after you. If you've made it this far into the video, I want you to hear this: you are not what happened to you. You are not your pain, your past, or your patterns. You are the one choosing to heal. And that is powerful. So be gentle with yourself. Be patient. And remember, the fact that you're even seeking healing is proof that something strong and good still lives inside you. You are not alone. You are seen. and your healing has already begun.